Okay, so I want to make pseudocode for just a simple, like, kind of, like, I guess what I'm thinking is something like get username or some nonsense, right? Like, I just want to collect some input from the user and then use it for something in my sketch, right? So, first things first, in pseudocode land, what do I need? Like, what is the one obvious thing I'm going to need for this in terms of a global variable?
Set up a window of appropriate size,
Okay.
background color.
So I'm definitely going to need some kind of setup method, and in that setup method, I'm going to need like a background color. I'm going to need a window size. What else am I going to need in this setup method?
Text size and contrasting text color, I guess.
Yeah, like text, like size. Oops, size. How about size? Align. Color. Yeah, like set those things to reasonable values. What else you got? What's the other thing where am I gonna put this stuff? Like I'm gonna get this thing from the user. What am I gonna stick it in?
Draw method, probably.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna collect it using something in the draw method, right? So I probably wanna draw. What's my draw gonna do? What should that have in it?
Put the text down.
Yeah, it's probably gonna have something like maybe a prompt, like asking for some text, and then some kind of a like display what the user's typed so far. What's that gonna be in? What category of object is what the user's typed gonna be?
Text box. Oh.
Yeah, but what variable is it? Is it an integer? Is it a long? Is it a double? Yeah, it's gonna be a string, right? Okay, so I'm gonna need to declare a string over here. What are you gonna name your string?
Input.
Sure, yeah. I'm gonna even call it user input because I suspect that input might be a protected word. It might not be in this language, but in other languages it might be, so. What am I gonna display then?
User input.
Yeah, I'm gonna display user input. Okay, what else am I gonna do? I don't think I'm ready for cookies yet because I don't think I've got a way to collect anything.
Yeah.
You guys see this? Like so far I've got setup stuff, I've got the stuff that's gonna be drawn repeatedly, right? And then
You've got to tell the user what to do.
yeah, so that's the prompt, like,
Okay,
hey, do
yeah,
this.
and, once that's put in, let's see.
Like, what are you guys envisioning at this point in your head? Like, just window, right?
Yeah.
Says, like, type stuff across the top.
And I'll have like
Yeah.
something you can type into, just depending on how you would put it in.
But, like, in the code, what are they gonna do?
Hit keys. And
Yeah, like the user's gonna push a key, right? Like the algorithm is this thing should display, the user should push a key, and then stuff should happen, right?
Right.
So I need a. You guys remember that? Some of you guys have used key presses before,
Yeah.
right? So remember when we were making mouse press methods to do stuff? We're gonna use a key press method. So in our key pressed method, what are we going to have?
Choice of which key works on.
Yeah, I really want to kind of limit this to usable keys, right? So I might do something like if key is a character. Right, like assuming it's not like the up arrow key or something. If it's a reasonable thing to have in a username, what do you do to it?
Display that key.
Yeah, display that key. You want it to just display the most recent key press?
Well, display the key, then move over one text width.
Oh, yeah, that's way killer complicated. It's easier than that. So instead of like displaying a character at a time, you can just stick this thing to the end of what?
A string.
Yeah, stick it to the end of the user input string, right? So add key to end of user input. Okay, so that was if the key's a character. What other things might I want? Like, what other keys would I expect to do something? Like, if I'm typing,
Enter to be done.
Shift.
yeah, enter should be done.
Shift.
Shift should make things capitalized. That'll actually work on its own. I don't need to put that in the code.
Okay.
But what do I need to put in the code? There's a couple keys that do.
Backspace.
Yeah, backspace does something really specific, right? So I need like if key is backspace.
Remove.
Yeah, you need to like
Last.
chop the last character off and throw it out, right? If the key is, what's the other special one?
Space.
Delete.
Yeah, I think delete is maybe a reasonable one. Space is going to count as a character, actually.
Oh, okay.
I mean, wouldn't backspace and delete be the same thing?
No, because delete deletes the thing in front of it. Backspace deletes the thing behind it.
I'm going to set the delete
okay.
key to just delete all of it.
Oh.
I just want to demonstrate that you could set it to something different, guys. Like, what that choice is totally up to you. It would be really reasonable to not include coding the delete key to do something. I just want to show you how we would do that. Right. So if the key is delete, how do we get rid of the whole thing?
Delete the entire string.
Yeah, just replace what you've got with nothing, right? So that'd be set user input to empty.
What if they type in, if we're changing a string, right? We're changing the code. So what if they start typing in things that?
That's a really good question and the topic for later.
Okay.
So ask me that again in a bit. Cool. Any questions about this whole thing? Oh, we didn't add the kind of bonus thing.
Enter for done.
Yeah, like a bonus thing here might be enter to save to file or something. I'm going to show you guys how to do that today because I think you'll want to have some saving to file. I'm not going to go super in depth on how to get that to work, but I am going to at least show you the idea of how to get stuff to save to a file. Cool with this? Everybody got my plan? Okay.